Most entertaining game of the day yesterday. What game had you riveted?
Well, the game last night, the game in Dallas.
Pretty good one.
I mean, there
yeah.
were a lot of them. I think the Chargers-Cincinnati game was interesting to me.
How about Baltimore and Oakland?
Another one.
Yeah.
That's why I said.
Yeah.
That's why in the opening I was talking about. If you didn't enjoy that yesterday, I mean,
And we're not even talking college ball with all those upsets and close
my friend
games.
wanted me to come over, and I said I will only come over under one condition. So he had to order Red Zone, and he said, "This is great. I didn't know about it." So I told him the 3 greatest inventions of all time.
Yeah.
Maybe the cotton gin, or maybe just gin, but no, really. Duct tape, Velcro, and Red Zone. 3 greatest. Duct tape, you can fix anything. With Velcro, you can hook anything together. And with Red Zone, you can watch every game. I had 2 friends that I watched the games with yesterday, and I said, it really helps if you're ADD to watch all of this.
I had the good fortune of being in Las Vegas over the weekend. So, in the sports book, you can watch every game.
Well,
so
that's what, yeah,
we did. My most entertaining game was Oakland and Baltimore. Derek Carr, a touchdown pass with 26 seconds to go to Josh Roberts. Touchdown Oakland. Oakland actually wins the game.
Yeah.
Most surprising over the weekend. Most surprising result.
Tampa Bay beating New Orleans.
I like that one. I like that one a lot.
Well, again,
Tampa and New
Buffalo
Orleans.
being blown out until late. I mean, I didn't think New England would go in there and just blow them out.
Yeah.
I also thought Oakland, Baltimore, you got to pick that. I would say Seattle didn't do it to me, but there were a couple other games we'll talk about. But you had a pretty good weekend, given all the upsets. There were a lot of upsets against the line, and just upsets. And I had an awful weekend.
That Saints, what is wrong with them? I mean,
they're not
they might
even-
all get blown out there. I mean, everybody. Coaching staff, front office. I wonder if Drew Brees is going to hang around. He doesn't look good. They're off to an 0-2 start in a weak division. And at home against a bad team in Tampa?
Well, who's the worst team in the league? I heard that question on us.
The worst team in the league right now?
On the Dan Patrick show today. I heard that.
That's a great question. Chicago would have to be right up there.
Jacksonville won, though.
Jacksonville beat Miami. Boy.
And your team that you thought, I mean, San Francisco at least has won.
I don't like. I think when it's all said and done, San Francisco is going to be there. I think they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. Chicago certainly is.
So the question would be Chicago or New Orleans.
Yeah, especially if
nobody
Jay
thought
Cutler
that-
loses any more time. Came out of the game with a bad
That might have been
hamstring.
the best thing that happened to them.
Have you seen Jimmy Clausen play? Precipitous drop off there. Even as bad as Jay Cutler can be at times.
Quick story about that. John Fox was at Carolina when they drafted Jimmy Clausen. And when Fox came here, he told me he had nothing to do with that. He'd never seen Clausen play. That was a decision made by the general manager and the owner. And he said that hastened me getting out of Carolina.
Yeah.
He said Jimmy Clausen couldn't play a lick.
Can't play. They found that out in
guess
Chicago
what?
very quickly.
Don't you find it funny that John Fox was part of the instrument that brought Jimmy Clausen to Chicago? A guy that he wanted nothing to do with in Carolina is now going to be his starting quarterback with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Crazy. How far are the Dallas Cowboys going to go with Brandon Weeden at quarterback?